Ladies and gentlemen, the following podcast... Ooh.
Looks like we're waiting.
This shit shaked up, man. Should we keep this one?
Go ahead, man. My fault.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following podcast has been scheduled for one fall, as you can tell. Introducing first, myself, kind of cool Greg from kindafunny.com and San Francisco. It's great to meet y'all. Also introducing my tag team partner for the night, James Straight Killer Burke. What's happening, man? It's been too long.
How you doing? I'm pumped up. We missed one, but we're back.
Yeah, I spelt a little bit. It happens, man. It happens. We're just gonna roll with the punches, bro. But yeah, we did miss some, and that's mainly my fault. Actually, as you can as you know, I've been going through a lot, looking for a new place to live. You know, trying to get my money right or whatever. And you try to help me out with a place to stay. That's why I brought that up. That shit didn't pan out, but I do appreciate it. Gang shit, gang shit. I'm all good now. I have it figured out. So now we're back to our normal schedule. We're gonna fucking be killing these things. I do want to bring up later my thoughts for the future. But we can get into that when we need to get into that. Right now, we are talking about Extreme Rules. Before we get too far into it, I am going to say, yo, we skipped Stomping Grounds. Yo, internet, deal with it. This is what happened, man. I don't know. If you want to talk about it for a quick second.
Thing on Stomping Grounds.
Let's go.
It was pretty good.
Was it?
I enjoyed Stomping Grounds. It had its moments that were like... But there was some legit matches on that card. I enjoyed Stomping Grounds. I think it was like a precursor into Extreme Rules, which I also enjoyed a lot.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people
I think a lot of people are also having a hard time accepting that Extreme Rules was actually pretty good. Like, everybody was just like, just upset because it was at the same time as AEW, I guess, and they were just like, oh, these shows were kind of like, no, Extreme Rules was better. Deal with it, son. They laid the smack it down. The ending, however, whoops. But it's all good. We'll talk about that.
We will. But tonight is definitely us focusing on Extreme Rules 2019. Like you said, it was a fun time. I enjoyed it.
We got Sasha Banks down there.
You know, oh, I thank you for bringing that up, because the reason we have Sasha Banks down there gleaming is because, you know, I think WWE doesn't want to give her camera time, or maybe she doesn't want WWE camera time or whatever. And I figured, hey, I got a show. I'm going to give her camera time. She, you know, she deserves a little something. So her recognition is there. We also got Zombie Sasha up here, you know. And I know you a big Walking Dead fan, so I don't know why you didn't even try to take that.
Boom.
Definitely.
Boom.
But Extreme Rules started off with a random one, man. We started off with a match that wasn't supposed to even happen going into the night. Was Shinsuke and Finn Balor, man.
Nakamura
for the IC title.
There was
nonetheless one of the most important titles, you know, around.
Dude, this is like, and here's another thing too. Like, no one should take this personally when I talk about AEW. I love AEW, actually. I've been watching it, catching up on it. It's a really good time to be a wrestling fan. There's so much wrestling to watch. Oh my god, it's great.
And it's not like a bunch of like you know, random things on Sunday on like, you know, random channels. It's real shit, dude. Real shit you actually want to pay attention to.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. AEW is killing it. But to be honest, I mean, Shinsuke versus Finn Balor is like, that could be main event on any show. Any show that will happen that weekend, including WWE.
Pop-up match.
And I couldn't believe when I saw it. I was like, dude, that's a sick match. Like, I'm definitely watching the pre-show.
Yup.
And what was shocking to me, I was just like, well, there's no way like Shinsuke is going to pull this out.
So you went away thinking, no, this is just a time gap. Like, they had to fill some shit up.
And it was weird how the match started to go on. I was like, dude, what? Like, Shinsuke's going to win this. Like, Shinsuke is winning this. And then I was like, they just lined up the ending, bam, took out Finn Balor. And then, like, I guess you heard later on, I guess he's like, he's going to take a leave of absence soon. And now he's starting his feud with the Bray Wyatt.
Which I'm here for. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I'm all about it. I just hope he doesn't face his Demon, because Demon's supposed to be undefeated. Bray Wyatt's supposed to be undefeated, I guess, through the rumors. Who knows? But I do want Bray Wyatt to be undefeated. I want him to, like, really get into this character. And I want Demon to stay undefeated, too. That could be a future cool thing. That
Bray Wyatt mask thing they got going on?
Man, you know, I like the mask. It's not as bad as I thought it would be, but he has that jacket. How's he going to look without that jacket? It looks very clownish almost. I don't know, like, with those pants and everything. Like, how is Bray Wyatt actually going to look when he wrestles? This is interesting. Is it a persona thing? Like, Bray Wyatt's going to come out without the mask sometimes, and sometimes with the mask? Is he always going to be this dark dude?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be against them doing it with Bray, but I just don't want them that to be their go-to, because it's funny. I mean, it's nice when it just stands out, like when Finn does it, you know, because it's a weird gimmick he has going for him, where it's only a sometimes thing, you know. I like that, but yeah.
But I feel like it's only like the cool thing, like I don't know, like is the friend thing done? I haven't seen like the friend zone. Well, I called it friend zone, but the friend thing, I haven't seen it in a while. Like,
yeah, I feel like that was just
it's gone for like a month, and then like he went out with the secret, right? So it's weird, yeah.
But yeah, all around, I thought it was a great match. I'm like you, I did not expect him to walk out with the win, but I'm kind of, you know,
I was like, Finn Balor is moving on. This is quick. Yeah, so that was interesting, man. I'm excited about the possibilities they can do here, man. They could do a whole bunch of cool things with Shinsuke's Intercontinental title as the title holder. Before they didn't do it, it looks like they're more dedicated to doing it this time, because they look more dedicated into having good matches on their shows.
Okay,
which is good.
I can agree with that.
And
yeah.
I think
Compared
Shinsuke
to like a couple months ago, it was just a shit show.
Yeah, it was storylined too much, and there was too many people talking. The matches were all like 4 minutes, and it was like, what people do have to understand with WWE is it's on TV a lot more than any other wrestling show. They all follow the live shows. The live shows are amazing. The matches are amazing. Like, because they're free to do their matches. There's no talking or anything, and like you just get pumped up because you hear the music. The live shows are
personality
so
when they're walking
good.
down with their entrance music. You know, they add a little extra to it, which adds a lot to the match.
It's like watching, it's like watching a house show. It's awesome, man. It's really, really cool. And then AEW is the same way. AEW is just a pay-per-view that's like every month right now, and it's like, so they go all out in it, which is why I probably go all out, and it's, you know, and it's like it's not a big card. It's not a big card, and it goes really long because those matches are really long, and they're trying to put on these gigantic performances. What do you do when you're WWE and you have the biggest wrestling roster on the planet? And everybody's like, oh, this guy's not getting enough time. This guy's not getting enough time.
Yeah.
If they all got, that's why we're getting these pay-per-views right now. They're like 5 hours long with like 16 matches on it. And that's why you have to have matches where Kevin Owens gives Ziggler a stunner in the first minute and it's done, because we can't have another 5-minute match. You know, and it's
There's
like
definitely a balance that I think they are missing, but at least it seems like they are kind of getting in the right direction. But yeah,
it's like they have to pick people and who's going to have the long match, and then it's always disappointing to figure out who's not going to have the long match. Like, I'm sure Shinsuke versus Finn Balor, they could have went on longer and they could have put on this great like 4 or 5 star wrestling performance, but
That's
it's
not
like
what it was.
They were like, hey man, here's the stop clock. You guys need to be done by this time. Put it together. Shinsuke's walking out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's literally what it was. And for what it was, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Definitely could have been a lot worse, but I'm happy with honestly either of those two guys walking out with the titles. And I know that's a real like wishy-washy thing to say, but I was like, I'm down with it.
I enjoyed the crap, but I enjoyed both performers. So I enjoyed the whole match. I enjoyed the chemistry too. I mean, it was a very like mid-match. Like it didn't blow me away, but it was cool though.
It's on our side. Sorry about that. Got the windows open, making some weird noises.
I was just like, dude, the hurricane just hit. What's up? All right, but yeah.
But to move on, man. So we got the Cruiserweight Championship match. We have Drew Gulak versus Tony Nese, man. What'd you think about that?
Tony Nese, ever since he won that title up in WrestleMania, we saw him beat Buddy Murphy. I'm sorry, man. These 205 matches are still awesome. But right now,
I need you to inform me because I don't keep up with that shit at all.
I mean, they're awesome. They're great matches. These wrestlers are great. Like, and again, you know, they go to AEW, they're gonna be stars because like they can do really great matches. They can, and it's just, but like, you know, wrestling is like a soap opera with wrestling, you know, and then like the people who can do all of it together are the best.
Yeah.
205 is like stuck because it's like you can't really build anything. So it's like watching a wrestler come out, another good wrestler come out. And it's like, let's do this, and it's always fun to watch because I enjoy wrestling like that. But it's like. You know,
like that it factor almost.
Yeah, and it's just like, you know, and I enjoyed the crap out of the match. I was like, cool. And then Buddy Murphy, I wish he was there still. I don't know where he's 100%. At right now, but Buddy Murphy is one of the best dudes they have all in WWE, and he's just nowhere to be found right now. He was in that Kevin Owens pipe bomb.
Is he? What's going on with him? Is he? Do people know what's going on, or is it just like a big secret, or what? Oh, okay. You're just not keeping up.
He's just no one knows. He's
you're keeping up.
He's off TV. He's just straight up off TV. So it's just like, you know, it's just.
Yeah, once you said that name, I was like, oh shit, yeah, I did fuck with him.
Buddy Murphy. Yeah, Buddy Murphy his matches were I haven't seen anybody perform like him yet.
So you excited for Gulak to have the championship or what?
The who?
For Gulak to have it?
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah. You think he's gonna like? So does this?
He
change?
had a corny storyline when he used to do 205 when he
was
he
that
tried to
about?
censor a whole bunch of shit. He was like,
Oh, okay,
it was
okay.
weird. But it was cool.
Gulak, man. Yeah. It's one of
Gulak.
those things like Gulak. How do you say it?
I think that was it.
Okay. Yeah. It's one of those things I always try to get into it, but it's just I don't got the time to really dedicate. Like you said, it's WWE's always going, and then when you start taking
There's
off
so
talking about these other
much.
shows,
And then after I watched Extreme Rules, like Tim was texting me actually. He was like, "Dude, check this out."
yeah, he was
like,
texting me too, man.
right? And he's like, "Oh, now there's Kevin Owens 24/7." Not Kevin Owens. It was who was 24/7? It was Batista's last match. And it was like, and it goes, and it like storied his whole career. It was hella cool to watch. Like, I got stuck because I was like, I have stuff
24/7,
yeah,
got you. I was
the
like, what the fuck
documentary
you
thing, I was like,
talking
oh,
about?
I have stuff to do. And all of a sudden, like, it started, and I was watching. I was like, damn,
Let's
okay,
go.
I'll start later. I'm watching this.
Yeah, it's always exciting when Tim starts hitting me up about it because I'm always like, ooh, I really need to get on it and watch this because something crazy happened
You know
for it
what?
to end up on his radar. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I hit him up because I hit him about. I hit him up because of the New Day won the tag titles.
Oh, yep.
Or yeah, and then I was just like, if Kofi wins, they all have the belts, and like it was hella like anticlimactic though, because they never came out and like partied with the belts like they should have.
Yeah.
They did a whole backstage thing, but it was like, come on, man. But you know, that's cool. All the New Days have the belt right now,
Shout out
man.
Xavier.
All
We'll
the
get to
New
that.
Day
We'll get to
tag
that. But
titles.
shout out the fucking guys, man.
And for that, before we move on, the Batista
Yeah.
24/7 thing,
Yeah.
that highlighted how hateful some of the fans can be nowadays towards the older wrestlers. I grew up with those dudes. Whenever they're in the ring, I'm gonna respect it, even if it's not a great match. Like, I don't understand, dude. Like, yeah, dude, they're not gonna do flippy crazy shit right now. They're not gonna do kick, pop, 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 turn around, another kick, pow, flip upside down, kick a dude in the head. No, they didn't wrestle like that back in the day, and now they're older, so they're not gonna adjust.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
definitely.
Like, so it's like, I enjoyed it back then. So it's a different. When I watch those older dudes wrestle, it's like, it's a different chemistry, but I know what to expect. I don't get mad at it. And people are like, well, they're just bad wrestlers. It's like, no, that's how it was back then, man. You know, like, that's how they wrestle. It was a different era. Like, I don't know why people, like, they don't
So,
get it. I hate the disrespect towards older dudes, man.
I saw the commercial. Is it already out to go live after Extreme Rules?
Oh,
24/7?
yeah. It already
Okay,
happened.
I didn't even
watched
watch
it,
that shit,
It
bro.
was cool, man. Like, it brought me back to the Batista days, dude.
Oh,
and I was just like,
Evolution
dude, this
is a
is awesome,
mystery.
dude. And then, like, the music, and I
Yeah.
was just like, oh, I remember Batista, man. Like, that's cool. Like, you know, he wouldn't, that kind of character wouldn't fit now today. But it's like, you know, it's like, dude, it was awesome back then.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I'm not going to just forget it. And he wanted to have his last match with Triple H, and people were like talking shit about it.
Why would
During
you
WrestleMania, I was
ever
like, this is
hate
the
that?
perfect time to
Yeah.
have this match. Is WrestleMania. It's a WrestleMania like factor match. Like, this is awesome.
100%,
And it,
100%.
for me, it delivered. I enjoyed it watching it live.
I can't even imagine who he'd go up against other than that and
Other than
have it
Triple
be
H.
a
It was perfect.
WrestleMania worthy
Perfect
match.
retirement storyline. I was like, that was great. I enjoyed the shit because remember we were talking about too. Remember Triple H also put his career on the line. It was just like, wait, do you think it's gonna be like a twist? Like
Yeah.
Triple H is going out?
That's the
Like,
one I got wrong.
That's right. You did
Yeah,
pick
that's
Triple
why
H,
you
but
beat
I was
me.
like, Batista's going out, man. He's a superstar now, man.
Yeah, afterwards, like, real shit, I felt so stupid. Like, yeah, I should have thought that one through. But it's perspective, man. You know, it gives you a little something after the match is done. Everyone's like, oh, yeah, obviously, you know? It happened. But to move on, man, the next match was my favorite match, I think, of the night until I get reminded of something. And it was
Another
Shane
old schooler,
McMahon.
hand in business. Two of them.
Yeah. Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre
Three
versus
of
my
them.
man, Roman Reigns
Roman
and
Reigns in
Undertaker. What are you talking about, three of them? Just
Oh,
two.
you're right. You're right.
two.
It was just Shane McMahon
But,
and Taker versus yeah.
which is great, you know what I mean? Like an Undertaker, holy shit, it was
killed it,
impressive.
man.
Did not expect that. Didn't expect even like a fourth of that.
It was impressive for his age. Like, did it look like the old school him? No, it wasn't as athletic as the old school
He
him.
was kinda wilding for a second there.
But he brought it.
Yeah.
You know, and it was just like, when you first watch, you're like, oh, this is like not crazy impressive, but it's so awesome to watch the Taker do his thing. I'm going to enjoy every last match.
Yeah,
dude.
100%, dude.
And then, like, he didn't do bad, man. Like, the whole that match was good from start to finish.
Not like their
All that people talking shit about Shane too. I do agree that Shane should be in moderate. Like, he's in
Slow up.
it. He's in it a little too much right now.
Hell yeah, man.
But
Went from like behind the scenes to right on camera. And this time next year, we're gonna have Paul Heyman fucking main eventing shit. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is going on? But
yeah,
yeah,
killed it.
the match was great. You know, I'm happy they walked away with the win too. And you know, it is what it is. Like, with this Undertaker Roman Reigns thing, you have to be real fucking careful with what you do because you can get real corny real quick, you know. And I would say they're guilty of doing that in the past, but with this, I think it felt nice. You know, when I first heard about the match, I was kind of like, what? Like, why? You know what I mean? But it worked out very nice. And
it brought me back to why I love wrestling too. Like that was probably one of the most enjoyable matches I've seen in a long time. Like through all the shows, AEW, New Japan, everything. It was just so many characters that I've cared about. Like the new top dog that they're trying to push right now. You have like a whole bunch of things. Drew McIntyre's that one big dude they're trying to push now, and Drew McIntyre killed it. He killed it.
Yeah, he did.
Shane killed it. Roman killed it. Like,
which is something to overlook with how Drew did, because it's everyone else you're so impressed by, right?
And even Roman played to his character. Like they all played to their characters. Like everybody was very comfortable with what they needed to do, who they were for that storyline. Yeah, and they just crushed it, man. I loved it, dude.
Would you have wanted to see the other guys take the win?
Except they almost screwed up the chokeslam and had the tombstone at the end.
Dude,
I was like, Goldberg flashback.
I was watching that match. Like, I don't want to sound like a hater, but I was watching that match kind of like expecting the fuck up and kind of being mad when they weren't fucking up and being like, oh, what? I'm just so used to it from some of these guys. I'm just like, bruh, what's going on? But yeah, I would say that's my favorite match of the night. You know, we were saying like there's a lot of characters in it, and it didn't feel like a lot of gimmicks in it. You know, it actually felt like kind of like random people in a match, but like it made sense, you know, because it was real, bro. But yeah, I fucked with it, man. Then we moving on. We got fucking, where we at, bro? Sorry. Oh, we got the Raw Tag Team Championship match when we got the fucking Revival who beat the Usos, which is dope because I fuck with the Revival, man. Real tough. I love the Usos too. Don't get me wrong, but like I'm down with the fucking Revival.
Yeah, no, I'm glad that
I do think the Usos don't need it.
Here's a good change of pace. Like
they shine.
Those belts, all the belts in WWE were flip flopping so hard all the time, and right now we have some steady champions everywhere, and I like that. Except for Intercontinental title, maybe Shinsuke's gonna keep it for a while now, but you know, the Usos came in. I was like, man, Usos probably might take this.
Let's go back for 1 second. Do you think Shinsuke's gonna keep it for a while?
I hope so. I think they're lining him up for a pretty big match. Like who?
When do they ever do that? I mean, not. Don't get me wrong. He's main evented fucking WrestleMania, beat Royal Rumble, but just like recently, giving him the title to have him beef with like.
Who is he gonna beef with next?
Yeah, right. Like it's just he's one of those guys that's so talented.
I think they have
like the Usos that he doesn't need the title.
There's gotta be somebody. I think they said who he was gonna beef with next. I'm not sure.
Oh, at SummerSlam.
Yeah, he's supposed to face someone at SummerSlam,
which is dope, man. Which I'm down for. Anything Shinsuke, I'm down for. But yeah, sorry to focus on these Raw Tag Team Championships.
Hey, yeah, you know, some people talk about how like, you know, Usos are probably the best tag team right now in all the shows, AEW, New Japan, everything. Like,
yeah, I'd say so far
wherever they go, they're the best tag team, man.
Yeah,
they know who they are. They know who the characters. Everybody knows the persona, what to expect, what to yell, what to do. They know the moveset. They always do something more crazy than before. They're super athletic. They know they have the chemistry like no other when they tag team. It's awesome. You know, they make every tag team match watchable.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, and the Revival's also fun, dude. You know, and
Revival,
it's like,
I would say, is great, but they're almost not fun. Like, if that makes sense. You know, like, they're so talented. But they're not
supposed to be fun, right? They're supposed to be smash mouth in your face, right? I don't know.
Yeah, but even that, they kind of do it in a boring way. And I'm not trying to sit here and shit on them because I really do fuck with them. It's just, it's this it factor I'm talking about. And in my opinion, they do have all the talent, but they just...
It's one of those things. It's of the new wrestlers where a lot of like wrestling fans today push these dudes like the Revival, like all these other guys, and when you get them on the mic or like just a personality in the ring, it's like, dude, you're dull as fuck. Not only that, it looks like you're fake as fuck, right?
Yeah, like early Miz.
Yeah, you
like
know what I mean?
Almost reading a script you wrote last night in your head, kind of thing.
It's like super fake dialogue. Like you don't really buy into who they are because they look so out of their element.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I agree with all that, especially with the Revival.
You know, and it's just like it's weird, you know, and there's a lot of people out of their elements like that. That's my problem with a lot of new wrestlers. It's why they're not polarizing. There's no polarizing characters that you can really like latch onto. Like that guy's probably like that in real life, you know, like that. Oh, whoa, that's crazy, you know, like
when I really
even Taker Soul has a mystique about him. You know, he's like. You know, like there's these characters that are larger than life. Like Stone Cold built a character around him to a point where all of his shows are like, I'm Stone Cold Steve Austin, you know, and you're like, fuck yeah. You know? It's just like, you know, it's like this whole thing, dude. Like, but like, you know, everybody else is kind of like, I don't know. You just see that they're like different, you know. It's just. I don't know.
Also, you got to add in that I don't want to add too much. you know, attention. I don't want to add too much attention to it, but I think that the age of social media has definitely changed a lot of that too. You know, it's weirder to keep a gimmick going because like then you hop online and after a couple of drinks and you kind of ruin it for yourself.
I feel like you can. Like look at Chris Jericho. Like he kind of has that persona all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
He's getting weird though. I don't like all that weird makeup crap he's doing. It's like, dude, is that even like a character thing you're doing?
Kind of like an old Undertaker, or like Undertaker a couple of years ago came back with the mascara, and everyone was like, "What the fuck is going on?" Yeah, he is doing some weird shit. But you know, Jericho, he kind of reminds me of like an old rock star.
He keeps
like
his
he's gone on tour so
going.
much,
Like,
so like I can imagine him doing some weird shit, thinking it's cool.
Yeah,
you know, I just chop that
like
one
look
to
at
the
the
game.
Rock's persona. He stayed the Rock forever.
Except he's not Samoan anymore. And I'm just joking.
But you know what I mean,
that's
though,
basically
right? Like,
the only thing they changed.
Right? Like he stayed the Rock forever, all in between his movies. Like that's like you expect this kind of certain way he talks, does things, and he got that all from wrestling. Dude.
Well, also like I remember I was gonna say this like when I jumped back when you're talking about polarizing characters, when I jumped back into wrestling in like 2015, early 2015, I remember seeing these guys, and obviously the Shield was like they've been around, but they weren't what they are now, each individual member. And I just remember seeing people like Seth Rollins, Dolph Ziggler, and like kind of like the top guys, and thinking like these guys are like the superstars. Like this is crazy to me. Like these guys seem like maybe they could go for the U.S. title back in my day. Like you know what I mean?
Maybe,
like what
exactly.
the fuck? But you know, obviously Rollins has like earned his, Roman, you know, Dean, all these guys, but. Maybe it's just a living in my day, you know, like the rose tinted glasses. But I do agree that some of these guys just don't come off as
they'd start talking, you're
untouchable
like, this is
superstars like they did before.
Yeah, it's just ugh.
But then you find random ones too, where it's like Braun Strowman, who's just kind of like a random guy, and then a couple of years later, now he's like, oh shit, that's the guy. Like that's the fucking bro right there, you know.
It's like okay.
And then we got another match, which was I wouldn't say one of my favorite matches, but I definitely enjoyed watching the shit out of it. Was Cesaro versus Aleister Black.
Yeah, I love Aleister Black one.
Cool.
You know, it felt like a sacrificial lamb for Cesaro. You know, I
100%.
thought that whole
sucks.
thing where he was like looking for a fight, and Cesaro like sat in the seat with the suit. I like how he has the mouthpiece all the time. I was legit there when he slammed his teeth off the thing
And fucked his shit up.
and it was like, that was.
I remember that his
brutal.
tooth came out and he was like,
Yeah, and
I remember
you saw
that.
his teeth smashed up, and now he always has like a thing going on. He has like braces.
I've never put together that it was from that, but yeah. He does that. Remember he fucked up his shoulder, then he kept the tape forever. He just makes it a part of his thing, man.
But yeah, no, Cesaro, every match he's in is like good. I don't know why, you know, it's like Cesaro's
I
the
forgot
man,
who it
bro.
was. It might have been Nia Jax. I don't think it was her, but it was one of these people, and they're like, yo, this is why fucking, like, Cesaro's one of the best athletes in the world. Like, watching that shit, like, dude, he's going crazy. I remember watching, like, oh, yeah, man. He was, like, kind of showing it. Like you said, sacrificial lamb, like, that's a really good excuse. I mean, good example, because he was killing it, but he also, you know, had to go
You
for
knew
it.
he was going to lose to Aleister Black. They're trying to build him up.
Which is smart, man.
And then, but like to give him someone like Cesaro who can push the pace and actually, so he can look good in the match. It
And
was
people
great.
love watching
It
him.
was it wasn't like too short or too long, but it was just perfect. They got it in, got it done, and made him look good. And it was like, let's go.
Yeah.
So I liked everything about it. It was like, cool. All right, man. They accomplished their goal. Aleister Black in that.
I hope maybe I'm wrong about this, but at least with the finger I have on the pulse, I've always thought that a lot of Cesaro fans and like the whole section, Cesaro section, like all the people that really support him and enjoy him, we don't really need the win in every match. It's not like Bray Wyatt and some of these other guys. I forget who else, but it's some of them you're just like, are you fucking serious? Samoa Joe, like it's like they've kind of changed that recently, but like you just keep losing. Like, come on, we need these wins, you know. Cesaro's like, I think we're okay with him catching the loss when it's like not for a title or whatever, and just putting somebody over.
Yeah, exactly.
He's the perfect talent for that. To move on to the next match, which was hands down the biggest disappointment of the fucking night for me, bro. I can't believe they did this shit.
Yo, honestly, when it turned into a handicap match, I was like, how does Bailey coming out on top?
Dude.
And now here's the thing. I was
Bailey versus Nikki Cross versus Alexa Bliss.
hey, man,
And that's how it stayed the whole night.
this storyline's been kind of like, you know, but I mean, you can follow it. Like, I'm not like cringing from it, but you can follow it. And like, it's typical wrestling storyline and everything. And then like, what I like right now is like, I'm glad Bailey has been champion so far for this long. And remember, we talked about how I don't want Ember Moon winning the Money in the Bank because like I want her to win it legitly.
Oh, yep.
Now we're about to get this Bailey Ember Moon. Is Ember Moon taking it here, or you know, this is SummerSlam. Like, this is where Bayley could lose it. It's a big stage. And then you have Ember Moon have it for a while. Or do you hold out and, you know, this is where Sasha returns at SummerSlam. And then she like interferes or something, and something happens there. There's a lot of different routes they can take. I'm really excited.
Sasha return just to fuck over Bayley and like start this heel thing, which I'm cool with her fucking over Bayley and starting the heel thing, but only if she like wins the title.
Yeah,
I don't want her to fuck over Bayley just for like some rando fucking Ember Moon. You know what I mean? Which has nothing to do with Sasha Banks to win it, because that would make no sense. You know?
I don't know. Well, Ember Moon's like really talented. That's the whole thing, right? But she's like one of those people too, where it's just like, where do you go with her when it comes to like character and personality?
Well, because if she walks
like, who
away,
the hell is she?
With
but
the
you know,
win,
it's like, but here's my thing. Like, yeah, I mean, she'd be a great champion. It'd be some great matches with her.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot more you can do with Bayley being champ. I think what's really awesome about Ember Moon versus Bayley is like, if they give them the time, this could be a really good match. This could push Bayley to be like who we saw in NXT. Like, she was a really good wrestler.
I was thinking this is going to be the push for Ember.
Well, it could be that too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different ways to go. Like, I honestly know what's really cool about this match. I don't know who's gonna win. Is it gonna be Bayley or is it gonna be Ember Moon? I really don't know. Like, it's gonna be interesting to watch. It's gonna be fun to watch. And then there's always the hanging thing of like, when is Sasha gonna return?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, it's just like, I love everything about what's about to happen. This Ember Moon Bayley thing. I'm glad she won this handicap match. Probably the worst match of the night. But it was like, bro, you know, but I mean, they accomplished their goal and told the storyline.
Dude, I'm thinking if Sasha comes back and fucks over Bayley to start that storyline, they're going to do exactly what they've been doing right before these tag team championships came out, and just had Bayley and Sasha like,
if they do another Bayley Sasha,
for nothing.
They need to do it right. They need to tell
100%,
they need to tell the storyline of where this all started. It started with them breaking boundaries and having that NXT Iron Woman matches, if you want to call it, where it was just like, everybody was just like, that was like, it was like this game-changing moment when they fought. But Bayley always got on top of Sasha. So it could be this whole moment, like, I've always been better than you. You've been riding since I've been gone. You know, all this other stuff. They can build up some great match here and then actually have a good long match between Bayley and Sasha. Like, Iron Woman 2, 30-minute match. Let's go. Let's do it. And then this time Sasha comes out on top or something.
See, that's the thing too, man. I don't want to sound like an elitist or anything when I'm talking about Sasha, because I don't even need her to be taking all the wins. You know, like, I'm cool with her coming back and losing or whatever. I just want this shit done with some intent of like the future. You know what I mean? Like, I just really don't want to see a pointless feud with Bayley and Sasha. If Bayley and Sasha are beefing, I really want it to be quick and vicious or long and for the title.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't want it. I don't want to. Also, I wouldn't be mad with no Sasha and just Ember Moon winning.
Yeah,
just walking out.
But that's what I mean. That's what's so cool about this. I'm cool with a really good match. I hope they pull it off with Bayley winning, or with Ember Moon winning. And it's like, you know, honestly, deep down, I'm a bigger Bayley fan, dude. I don't know. You know, I've always been. I've told you from day one, I like Bayley. She's cool, man.
I hate going to San Jose with you guys.
I'm a Bayley fan. You know, but I know Ember Moon can take this belt to distance and beyond. So it's like, you know, I'm cool if Ember Moon wins. I'll be going for Bayley. I'll have my like bias in there, and I'll be like, you know, but this is building up to something that could be really cool to watch going into SummerSlam and at SummerSlam. I just hope they do it right.
So wait, before we move on, I've been drinking, so I'm mixing up some shit. I'm crossing some wires. Natalya versus who at SummerSlam?
Becky Lynch.
Okay, there we go. All right, I'm fucking things up. There we go. You're right. But
which is horrible.
Fuck SummerSlam. We're not even there yet. the three-way match. What did you think of the match just itself?
Of that one?
Yeah, the Bayley
handicap match.
Yeah, Bayley.
It told the storyline.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like very. I always hate handicap matches because it's like there's not much you can really like.
Something about Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss together to remind me of Chucky and the Bride of Chucky.
There's like no way like Bayley should come out on top, but she did, and it was like, but I kind of liked that twist because I was like, I feel like if this is like maybe even 6 months ago, maybe even like 4 months ago, Bayley loses that title, 100%,
easy
loses it.
Best thing that ever happened to Bayley was Sasha getting mad or whatever the fuck happened.
You know what I mean? Like, that belt used to get tossed around, and now like these belts are gaining traction again because the champions are staying champions, and it's like
and Sasha's protesting for the women.
There's literally faces to the titles that you're like, that person's been the title person for a while.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, and that builds things, you know? It's not like flopping and shit.
Would you have rather see her take the loss or whatever? Like maybe get like demolished and then kind of open up the door for like a Sasha return to help rather than, and then maybe turn
Well, well, honestly, when they did handicap, I was like, oh, Sasha's coming back tonight.
Dude, and then what they say, what were they
like,
saying
Sasha's
on Raw?
coming back tonight.
What were they saying on Raw? They were like, oh man, she's gonna need a best friend. She needs that best friend.
It never happened.
If she doesn't get a best
Bailey
friend,
just straight
it's
up
like,
won.
What the fuck?
I was like, all right.
Sasha was drinking mojitos, like, bitch.
Like, all right.
That's fucked up.
Sasha was giving that face the whole time.
Straight up, like, what? Nah, man. That's great. Oh man, but let's move on. Let's move on. While I'm looking for this, earlier we were talking about AEW.
There ain't no
bit,
stop
man.
on us now.
Oh my god. Earlier we were talking about AEW a little bit. How much have you been keeping up with that? Like
I watch all the big shows.
All the big ones?
Yeah, I watch some of the interviews. You know, they're just so mixed up, dude. Like, they still have a lot of the wrestlers doing Japan. It's like Moxley's all over the goddamn place. It's like, dude, this is just, I don't know, man. And that's another dude, John Moxley. He's only big because, like, you know, he's gonna be big in the indie scene only, and it's just because he's not a polarizing dude. He's not. He's not. He'll put on some good, decent matches. You know, I think he had one with Ishii. You know, recently that was fucking pretty awesome, actually.
But you're right. He can
but
kill
it was
the
just
underground.
like, you know, yeah, and it's like, you know, he's built for the underground that way, I guess, because he's not a polarizing dude. Like, underground dudes who aren't very polarizing can do well there, because it's like all they care about is wrestling and things like that. But when you get to hear it, this is prime time. You're on TV every night in prime time, and you have to be a polarizing dude if you're gonna get the time.
Yeah, he walked out.
It doesn't matter about. You have to have more than wrestling ability. You have to have more than wrestling. And sometimes it's like, if you're a polarizing character but your wrestling sucks, you might get the shot over the dudes that can wrestle, because guess what? You're a polarizing character.
Enzo Amore. You know, perfect example.
You bring in the fucking money.
I actually
man.
just
People
watched his
watch
interview.
you, bro.
I just watched Enzo Amore's interview with Adam 22. I think it was about a month old now. I watched it maybe a week ago. Shit was dope, really insightful. I mean, I really recommend you guys watching it. He's not letting loose. He's rolling a blunt, smoking on camera, talking his shit, but he's not being too disrespectful. He's kind of keeping it real. I thought it was dope. He still sounds like a piece of shit. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, a lot of the things he said reminded me of like my like younger friends, and it's like, I don't know how you got this far with that mentality, but a lot of it, like, none of it's illegal.
That mentality also
none of it's illegal.
That mentality took him out of the limelight.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, a lot of things he was saying to me clicked, because I was like, I would have done those things. You know what I mean? But also, I wasn't getting paid not to, in a sense. You know. So interesting shit, man. But I always have a little place in my heart for the guys getting in trouble, even though they didn't actually ever get in trouble. Because I've dealt with that a bunch of times, man, where people think something happened, but there ain't no charges, bro. There ain't no fines. Why y'all mad? Nobody else mad, you know? But it happens, man. But to move on, bro, we got the last man standing match, Braun Strowman versus Bobby Lashley, which, holy shit, just sounds like not a shit show in a bad way, just a clash of fucking man and meat and muscle.
Hey, man. They're finally doing what I've wanted them to do with Bobby Lashley for a long time.
Treat him like a titan?
Treat him like a damn titan that he is. He's done MMA. He's literally killed people in there. Like, he's a big dude. You know what I mean? It can hurt people in real life. Like, he should be treated as such. Like, I do want to see the Lashley and Brock Lesnar. I thought he was going to win that Battle Royal thing that, you know, but Seth Rollins wins. And now we're going to see Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar for the 500th time.
Brock Lesnar and Shinsuke Nakamura, man.
I would love to see Shinsuke versus
like
Brock,
the one everyone wanted, bro.
Dude, we saw that in New Japan, bro. Like, honestly,
that's what I'm saying. When
like,
he first came,
do it again.
When he first came, everyone's like, "That's what we're getting. That's what we're getting." And then
it never went down. But
they are
dude,
different
like,
people now, so it wouldn't make as much sense.
But I would love to see Bobby Lashley. Brock Lesnar. I don't know how they would have that go down. I would love to see it. I would love to see it. And honestly, they made Lashley look like one of the bigger titans in this match. Like,
yeah.
And it all started on that Raw where they went through the TV thing. We're out here like burping and shit.
Sorry,
but like, I mean, you, dude, I was like, whatever just happened. But yeah, they went through the thing on Raw and it sparked up.
That was Paul Heyman's first night back,
yeah,
right?
that started the night, dude. That was awesome. And then like
Tim was like, how the fuck did they do that shit? And he's like, because then we have those screens. Like, how do you break it? I don't understand how they did that shit. And I was like, dude, that's how
it looked dangerous.
From
dude.
a wrestler's
look
fan
great.
point of view, doesn't give a shit.
A lot of people are trying to break down like like that didn't look great. Like so, like
for
people
me,
died.
I'm like, bro, like I don't know. I just threw a motherfucker through there and had some fireworks go off. It doesn't matter. But he's like, that's not how this shit works, bro. This is science. Like, how the hell did they do that?
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. And then like they had like when they're going into the last time, I was like, man, like, you know, I want to see a war here. I want them to go all around the arena and just be Titans and do some crazy monster shit. And they did that. And but
I've always been a big fan of
what
Lashley.
a corny ass dumb ending, dude. They have the random box thing that they created at the ramp. So he did the power bomb into it. Obviously, just a bed and a black thing, and then Braun Strowman breaks out of it, and it's just like, dude, like obviously that was man created for that. That was very like, to me to watch anticlimactic in a way. It was just like. Oh, at least they make it look more real than that, dude. Like, you know, back in the day when they get you off the stage, they could have like me put the box there and you can't really see the box because it's all black. But like that was like in a ramp where people walk into, and it was obviously like a huge like pillow thing that was created for that moment. They didn't have to go that far. And then, like, you saw Lashley just chilling there because he didn't have to go that far. He probably was more cushioned through that fall than he was in the ring.
It was a little obvious where Braun Strowman was like, oh, I fucked up. Reverse it real quick. I'm going to get you in a second. Because he goes to pick him up and it falls. He's like, oh, fuck with me real quick. Yeah. Then he gets him.
It's like,
I agree with everything you're saying.
And then you knew they were going to break through the thing on the 10 count. It was like, it was good TV. It was. But it was just like, oh, like, that was kind of like, you know, all right. You know.
I do think you're nailing all of it. I just, after saying all that, I'm just like, yeah, but I liked it. It was cool. Like, it was just like a little something. Yeah. I watched that before I watched anything because I think it was on World Star or it was on some website I go to. And the next morning, and I watched it, and I was like, it's pretty dope. Like, they're throwing fans around, like obviously not real fans, but like there was a few people in the crowd they put there, and I thought that shit was dope, man. It made me feel a little realer.
Oh yeah, but, dude, that was straight enjoyment from start to finish.
Before
like,
it
was weird because we had the Taker thing going on, and then we had some matches in between. But I was like, oh, I'm digging the night.
Yeah.
And then we had the Braun and like Lashley. That was like up there in the night, dude. Like I enjoyed the whole thing. I was like, this is crazy, dude. This is just crazy. I kind of wanted Lashley to win deep down because I feel like he deserves that big Titan win. And then I thought they were building to that. I thought he was just gonna destroy and do something hella crazy where he just takes out Braun for a hell of a long. Like I thought that they were leading to that, and then Braun got the win. I was like, oh, okay, well we're back to typical shit, you know. And I was like, cool. Now Bobby Lashley, I don't know if he's gonna recover from that. Like, why would he fight? Why would he fight Brock Lesnar at this point? Because he just lost to Braun Strowman.
Braun's in like a weird 50-50 place, right? Because he does catch a lot of wins, but he also catches a lot of losses.
Yeah, and that's one of those ones I would have been okay with Braun Strowman losing, man.
Yeah.
I'd just been like, dude, whatever. He got hurt from. You could have built it off as like, if I didn't get hurt by going through that TV thing, then you wouldn't have beat me.
I didn't think about it like that, but you're right about why would he go on to fuck with Brock Lesnar? If they gave him the win, then they all.
You'd be like, oh, that's a new monster, you know? And then you could go fight, and that would have been a great thing to do at SummerSlam or something, you know? But then we have Seth Rollins winning again. Bobby Lashley's nowhere to be found again, and that's where we're at.
Yeah. So happy to see Lashley back, or not back, but Lashley on TV killing shit, but and didn't need it. Wasn't a great match.
No. I mean, that was, but.
I'm going through... You thought it was a great match?
I mean, it was fun. It was entertaining, man. That's wrestling, man. That was a good last man standing match between two big ass dudes. Because that's who Lashley should be. He should be a Titan. That dude was getting taken out by like small dudes at one point. It was like, this is stupid.
Yeah, I guess you know what? Like, I wouldn't say it's not a great match. It was fun and entertaining. I like to have something, either a storyline to really grab onto, or it to be for a championship. You know what I mean? Like,
I thought they did
really
enough to build
something.
that like monster storyline of what it was.
Yeah, but that's kind of the storyline, right? Like, angry because we're angry. Like, you know, just going for it.
I'm angry, I'm the Hulk. I was like,
yeah, but to move on, we got the commish. Now, what is he, a 6-time tag team championship? Mr. New Day, Xavier Woods. We had New Day mean Big E and Xavier take on motherfucking Daniel Bryan. Who was Daniel Bryan with? Rowan and Heavy Machinery, which Heavy Machinery...
They're fun to watch, man.
I can go either way. They're kind of like the revival to me, just not the revival.
No, it's weird. Now they have way more personality than the revival. But one of them does. The one guy is like, they're trying to like play it off like he didn't like. This is my problem with a lot of like new school wrestlers. Stay with me here. This is some real shit though. These new school wrestlers are catching a whole bunch of like fame off of doing things that old wrestlers did. And that's like kind of shitty. Like, you know, the whole club is always like this. Oh, cool, NWO. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, come on now. And then you have Kevin Owens doing the stunner. You got
the NWO club thing has always sat with me weird. Like,
Yeah,
I know they got approval later on, but it's like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, like you just took that from the NWO. Like you are copycats of the NWO.
Not to cut you off, but in the Enzo Amore interview, he gives himself hella credit for being like, well, I showed up and they told me I couldn't wear my Jordans on screen. They said I couldn't rap, and I did both of that. First person to do that. I'm like, that's John Cena, man.
That's John Cena, 100%. It's John Cena, 100%.
But yeah.
And then like the Worm. Remember, it was like Scotty Too Hot. He did the
yeah.
Worm, and now he does the Worm.
And Scotty Too Hot was
like,
basically like a fucking b-boy.
It was like,
you know,
you know, it's just like, I don't know, man. It's like, get your own shit, dogs. I don't know. It just feels weird to me, man. Like, I don't know, but yeah. But the match was cool. I mean, they're entertaining.
No, sorry, I thought you were gonna go off on the shit the old school people.
I was. I mean,
of.
I was just like, it's just shit like that. It's just like, you know, and he has the worm and things like that. He also hulks up, this dude. So it's just a lot of weird shit. I'm just like, so this guy's just. He's like a wrestling fan and like a big dude's body. Like, I don't get. Their finishing move's sick as shit though.
Well, remember
Bro,
when
that
Gene,
is creative.
remember,
Like, I don't get it because their finishing moves creative as fuck, dude. That whole thing where he picks him up and they do the thing where he jumps in there and he lands on him, then he bounces in the air and then he lands on his chest.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, that's fucking awesome, dude. That's literally one of the coolest creative moves I've seen in a long time. That's a cool ass finisher. That's a tag team finisher.
It's a fucking tongue twister, man. I don't even know how he does it.
Yeah.
You make one little mistake, you know what I mean? You just look like an idiot. It's like watching Shawn Michaels back in the day do that the opposite of the worm, where he stands up after he like pushes up from the floor. You know what I mean? Where he's like this and then stand up. It's like, how do you not fuck that up, bro? Like, I would fuck
when you're
that
an
up.
athlete,
Who
like,
is it, Mr. What was it, Mr. Perfect? Is that his name? We used to like always flip the towel behind his shit and catch it. It's like, oh shit, dude. I mean, it's so easy, but it's so nerve-wracking, bro. But that match was fun, man. They all of them were killing it. I had a feeling New Day was gonna walk out with the championship, but it's still always exciting.
What happened to Daniel Bryan? He was supposed to do some announcement recently and he didn't do it. But yeah, Daniel Bryan's always fun. Every match that he's in, he's fun. Dude. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like a crazy good match. But it served its purpose. New Day won, and it was a good, three-way tag match where everybody hit their moments, and it was like, cool, let's go on.
Are you happy he's still with Rowan?
Yeah. For now. What are you else gonna do with him?
I mean, I don't know. Like, you do the whole Kofi storyline.
It's definitely
then
a weird.
Day.
It's a weird pairing. It's like
it worked when it was singles.
Yeah,
and he was the backup.
It's really weird right now, like why they're even paired up. So, but other than that, it's like whatever.
Yeah. Just a bunch of randos just hanging out together, man.
I love your planet shit, bro.
Weird group, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm ready for him to go back to Wyatt, dude. Boom, boom, boom,
dude.
boom,
Have
boom,
everybody
boom.
come back.
Dude, what is?
I'll
dude,
give it to you. Even the GOAT Randy Orton, I'll give him back to Wyatt. Just have him back on the team, bro. That was fun.
Oh, that's who. Dude, Randy Orton's facing Kofi at SummerSlam.
Oh, is he?
Is it? Yep.
I missed that part. What?
Kofi, Randy Orton, dude.
Yo,
for the title.
And that was his. What was it? His first. Man, I
can weirdly see Randy Orton winning. I don't know.
They had some weird history, right? Did Orton? Did he get his like Intercon US title from Orton or something like that?
I don't even know.
I remember they had something going on, bro, where he was like his first match or something, first big win. Because I remember Randy Orton tweeting about that. That's fucking dope, man. I'm with that. You said you can see RKO walking out with it.
I don't think it's confirmed, but they're like building towards Randy versus Kofi.
I'm down with that. I love how Randy's just around when they need something and they don't know what to do.
It's like, all right, let's get a big man going.
Let's just get guy. That's the way he won the fucking Royal Rumble. You know, he's just like, let's just get him in there. Fuck it. Hey, I'm down here for the fuck it shit. That shit's so dope. All right, moving on. We got.
What about that though? They're like literally. We'll talk about later with Kofi.
Okay. To move on, we got the United States Championship match: Ricochet versus AJ Styles.
Hey, Ricochet's the man, dog.
The fucking man.
When Ricochet started talking on the mic, how bad was that? This is what I'm talking about. Polarizing characters, dog. Like, amazing in the ring. Probably one of the best right now you could possibly see in the ring. It's just like, it's amazing every time he's in there. But it's like, bro, like, it is like gut wrenching when he talks.
Dude.
It's so fake. It's just like, oh my God. It's like you could tell you got like a script and you don't know what to do with it. You know what I mean? It's just like, God, you need to work on that, man. Oh my Lord.
Bro, Ricochet and Sasha Banks, the two best sellers in the goddamn game, bro. They make you look like a fucking million. They look like a little bitch ass move. They flopping all over the place.
Well, him and AJ Styles are both good at that, you know? And like,
AJ's
on
always held it down.
TV, they've been putting on some great matches. You're just like, damn, these are like 5-star matches on Raw and shit. And then like, this match was cool. I mean, let's say, but they're doing that weird thing where it's like, I've seen this 100 times, but like, I was enjoying it. And then, like, you know, they had, like, finally the club got involved. Like, AJ Styles.
How do you feel about that?
AJ Styles is like that Hulk Hogan of the NWO. Like, now they have the club behind him, and AJ Styles is not going to lose for a long time. You know what I mean? It's like, AJ Styles is always going to have a really good match and then, like, have to be saved by the club. Like, that's what we're going to get from here on out with AJ. And I'm cool with that.
Yeah, which is cool. And especially if they give him, like, every now and then, like, somehow the club gets banned and he still wins on his own. You know what I mean?
And he's gonna be able to.
I like the guy that can do it on his own but chooses not to. That's some shit I can get behind.
And in the past 3 years, AJ Styles has probably owned some of the best matches,
hands down,
in every fucking program. You know what I mean?
And with like most wrestlers.
Which weirdly, it was probably with John Cena at that one where he won. Remember when he beat John Cena the first time? Was that a
really good match or a really bad one?
It was really great.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's what I'm thinking about.
It was just like, holy crap, this is good. Like, everybody was so much into it. Throughout the whole match, you hear, let's go Cena. Everybody's like, let's go Styles.
It was like a fast lane or something, right? It was something random. I think it was like,
was it Rumble?
Yeah, I remember it was early before Mania.
It was beyond good. Like, I was just like, I was so into it. Oh my God.
And he's given some fucking extraordinary matches with Roman Reigns, too.
Hell yeah. Oh, the Roman Reigns matches were fire, dude. Yeah. Oh my God. The Roman Reigns versus AJ Styles matches were really good. Like, those are really underrated good matches. AJ Styles and Roman Reigns.
But I also feel like they get kind of talked about a lot in the same sense of like OG fucking Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar matches and shit like that. Where people, when you start talking about like best of, you know, the year or whatever, a lot of people do kind of remember that feud and all that. Which is good, you know, good to hear. It doesn't make it onto the lists, but it does make it into people's memories, which I'm down for.
Where do you go with Ricochet at this point? Now that AJ Styles US title, is it? Do they keep going? Like, so I think SummerSlam's going to be AJ versus Ricochet,
dude. Again. Like,
is like, why do you keep going with that?
The way they introduced Ricochet to the WWE universe, not NXT, like to everybody else.
Yeah, his entrance is bomb, by the way.
Was more than they did with AJ. You know what I mean? Where they like, you know, when AJ first came, they were like, oh, he's made a living wrestling around the world and blah that shit, right? You know, they're trying to sell you that he's this underground champion. I thought they did the same thing with Ricochet. Like, yo, this guy's been all around the world breaking boundaries and doing this and that and this and that. So like, whatever they do with Ricochet, I'm sure it's going to be prime time front shit. You know what I mean? Like, they're taking him very seriously, which is cool as fuck, because usually when you see these guys, like, I mean, I don't want to compare it to Buddy Murphy, but like, usually when you see these guys that the fans are behind, and it's not on some like OG Mark shit, it's on some like, these guys are just fun to watch from the fan who's just turned on wrestling randomly, you know what I mean, kind of thing. They usually don't take advantage of that, you know, and this is, I think they're going to do right with whatever they do with Ricochet. I think it's going to go right. Exactly where he's gonna go and who he's gonna beef with, I don't know. Honestly, like, I can't see this. He's
turning into one of those weird guys.
This has to be a slow down moment. His Bray Wyatt, like, okay, well, we thought we had something, but
it's just really weird because Ricochet's gonna be one of those weird guys where it's just like, he's that good. Maybe feed him to Kofi. I don't know. Like, he's just he's always gonna have a good match, but like I said, he's not polarizing.
Yeah.
So it's like, can he?
What do you mean feed him to Kofi?
Wait, if you give Ricochet the WWE title, I mean, imagine how boring that fucking title reign is gonna be.
The what title?
The main title, WWE title.
Fuck no. I think he's nowhere near that.
You know what I mean?
I don't think so. I don't.
That's what I mean. But like, I don't see him improving. Like, what character is he? Like, what would he like? So far on the mic, it's just been a fucking dud.
I would love to see him like a fucking 7-time.
Again, you have to be
US
something bigger. Like,
something.
he would be the best thing ever in AEW and all these other places. You got to step up your fucking game, dude. When you're on prime time every night, what are you gonna do? AEW is going to be in the same predicament when they're on TNT. They're going to have to find polarizing dudes, which right now it's only Cody Rhodes. So he's going to have to win almost every match because he's going to be the fucking Hollywood Hogan of that shit.
Hey, shout out my homegirl Leva Bates, man. She's in that thing too, AEW. I'm really proud of her for that. I never thought, you know, just drinking at a bar, chopping it up with my homegirl, that she would ever be fucking, you know, the shit that's taking on WWE. Like, I'm like, come on, bro. That's pretty boss. Pretty player. Blue Pants from NXT. Shout out. You
got like Hangman Page from AEW. Great wrestler, awesome wrestler, but it's like, dude, where you go with that? Where you go with that dude?
I mean, yeah.
You can't fucking lead a whole company into the new era. No, he cannot. I don't care what the hell you say.
I don't want to get too deep into AEW because obviously, you know, we don't know it or whatever.
I'm just saying, dog. You know what I'm saying?
But I do think
shit and poo poo.
They're trying, you know, not as far as ECW, obviously, but they're not going for the same WWE fans. Like they know that wrestling fans watch.
They're just
WWE.
going for like the straight, like hardcore wrestling fans. They're not looking for like. They're not going for the soap opera like.
But when you look at WWE
like,
Network, I don't want to say numbers, but the support it gets, and then in New Japan Wrestling, the support it gets, like it's not a crazy thing to fucking try, right? Like,
no,
why not?
I love AEW. Now, like I said, I love what they're doing. It's gonna be fun to watch this whole thing take place.
It's AEW. Ted Turner has something coming up. Is that AEW or is that something else?
Yeah, it's TNT. They're gonna go to TNT.
Okay, gotcha.
They're gonna go to TNT. Yeah, TNT is where they're gonna debut soon. I think it's in October, dude. It's October.
Quick.
It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah. Real quick. And we got in September, we got
we're gonna see who's gonna win. Someone's gonna be the new champion over there too. They're gonna be Chris Jericho or Hangman Page.
But in September, me and you got fucking SmackDown Raw out here in the new Warriors Stadium. September.
We're going.
Yeah, we're definitely going. First time in the new Oracle Arena. Let's go.
We are there.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I can't believe Becky Lynch went there before I did.
Who?
Becky Lynch has already been at the Oracle Arena.
Oh, really? Shit.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Becky Lynch.
She was there for like I think the first Warriors game. Suck a shit, man. Suck a shit. But yeah, I mean,
yeah, I don't know who Ricochet's gonna face from here on.
How do you feel about the club
Ricochet's gonna fight AJ Styles at SummerSlam. That's already I think confirmed. By the way, Shinsuke I remember is fighting Ali at SummerSlam.
Oh, okay, that's gonna be great.
And that's what they say they're gonna do. They haven't really built that yet.
Yeah.
That's gonna be great. It sounds like it's gonna be on pre-show again, but I watch Ali walk away with it. I see that happening kind of lightweight. I
mean, at this point, like I love Shinsuke.
That could be a fucking phenomenal match,
bro.
dude.
Ali needs a little something, man. They keep thinking he's gonna be next up, and then nothing happens.
And I don't. He's another dude too. It's just like
I've always been but at Royal Rumble, every best friend I was meeting was like, "Oh, I think he's taking it. Oh, McIntyre's taking it. Oh, Ali's taking it." I'm like, what the fuck?
Ali's a great wrestler. Like I say, you watch him wrestle, you're like, "Holy crap!" Like that.
Kofi straight Jack
he was the ladder match.
Yeah, that's true.
He was the ladder match. Like that was all him, dude. He set the tone, everything. He did all the big high flying things. Like he was the ladder match. That was amazing. But
he's another guy that I would like to see. And
then again, it's like,
Ricochet,
can you even think of his voice? Can you think of Ali's voice?
Oh no! I mean,
exactly.
Really. I'm thinking of T.J. Perkins' voice. Like, I don't know, man.
It's like, dude. Maybe that's WWE's fault. Who knows?
100%.
Who we got next, bruh?
Ain't fucking my fault. I know that. No, that's fine with you. No, but real quick, I want to move on. But are you excited for like the whole like club thing coming back together?
Yeah.
Like, what's up with that?
Yeah,
You'd rather
it's
together
something
than
new.
apart?
Hell yeah.
Me too.
I'm ready.
Well, but I first caught on to that because I didn't watch Raw, and then I recapped it, and I was like, oh fuck, that's out of the blue. I'm talking about like a couple weeks ago at this point. But yeah, I was like, oh shit, let's fucking go.
I'm waiting for them to kind of take over things, maybe get some more members and like recruit people. That'd be sick, dude.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at
they can do a lot of good things with this,
and this shit that shit, is it Bullet Club? No, what's the other one? Bullet Club, and then there's. Nah, it's just Bullet Club, right? Yeah. All these motherfuckers, because when they're on the internet. So how does this work? So there's some of them are in WWE and some of them aren't.
If you're in WWE, it's just you're not in the club. Yeah. Well, no, in WWE like they're the club.
But
right?
then the people,
but like outside of it, it's the Bullet Club, and there's a lot of members, and they go through all these organizations.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes was the head of it at one point, and then he got knocked out, and then like the leader always gets knocked out. You know, it's just really weird, man.
Yeah, it's really weird. But I always see them on Twitter talking they shit, having a good time in the airports and shit. Kind of looks like,
it's NWO all over again, dude.
Yeah.
And then like DX, that was like the response to NWO, even though they don't want to say it. And DX would have never existed without the NWO. And then they copied.
Let's keep it real. Hold on. This little Hulk Hogan sucker is going to be talking all this shit. DX, my tagging brothers, what's happening, bro? I love that shit. NWO did a little spray paint shit. I'll give it to him, but nah, DX.
They were the first to spray paint on bodies, bro.
Was smacking shit.
They were spray paint on bodies.
Smacking buildings, was smacking,
DX was the response in the NWO. They would never existed without it, man.
Maybe, but sometimes the response
we wouldn't have the Balloon Club. We wouldn't have, dude. Without the NWO, we wouldn't have a lot of these wrestlers who they are today. They all say it. They all come in and they're all like, I grew up on this dude. I grew up on this dude. I grew up on Hogan. These are my dudes.
I grew up on Macho Man.
Valentine Dream. Guess who he grew up on?
Macho Man.
Hogan, bro.
Dude.
Like, it is what it is.
I mean, I hear it. I don't say it is what it is, but I definitely hear it. Big respect to NWO. They did some shit with spray paint that was dope as fuck. But DX, man, took it to another level. Took it to another fucking level, man. In ring, I don't know, man. That's a weird one. NWO fell off a little harder than DX did. I think NWO was kind of like trying to hold on to their fame a little more. And
They
it just kind of
ran
really
a little.
work out.
They literally ran a program against another program.
Oh, NWO? Yeah, it was NWO versus... And there's also
It was
Gaines, right?
NWO versus WCW at the time, but that was keeping WCW afloat against WWE. That's what like gave them the ratings.
That's what you're talking about right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. How that game, too? N64. Gang shit.
Oh, WCW NWO? Dude,
Yeah.
what a classic.
There we
Oh
go.
my God.
Then we have a match that I'm not even going to lie to you guys. I didn't even watch. I guess I was smoking or
What's
took a bathroom
Kevin
break.
Owens and new Stone Cold
I did
out
not
here,
even
bro?
know this shit happened, bro. Did not even know it. Kevin Owens, I mean, I did when the show
Hey,
started.
honestly, it's been a long night.
Kevin Owens versus
and when
Dolph
Kevin
Ziggler.
Owens came out, I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, right. Like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot. Like this whole thing with Dolph Ziggler is happening, and it's like cool.
So what happened? What happened, man?
Ding, ding, ding. Ziggler walks up to Owens, slaps him. Kevin Owens goes, haha, Stone Cold Stunner, 1, 2, 3 over.
Oh, is that literally what happened?
Yeah.
I don't feel nearly as bad for missing it. I probably just looked off. I probably literally just did some stupid shit.
Stone
Oh, okay,
Cold
okay.
Stunner, 1, 2, 3 done.
I think he does an amazing stunner.
Isn't that weird how I'm like, I think everybody says that though. Like when he hits a stunner, they're like saying stunner, but like to this day, it's the Stone Cold Stunner. It's not the Kevin Owens Stunner, right?
Yeah.
Do you ever say stunner? Like
You never say the Triple H pedigree for fucking Seth Rollins.
But for this, you always say like it's the Stone Cold Stunner. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know. For at least for me, like it's hard to say. It's just like
the stunner?
yeah, it's like Kevin Owens hit the Stone Cold Stunner. It's not like
Kevin Owens at the stunner.
oh yeah, exactly. You know, it's just weird. I don't know, man. Stone Cold.
I never caught on to that.
So other way.
But that's
Stone Cold.
interesting.
I mean, on
Interesting
TV they're
shit.
saying the stunner, but I mean, it's like, you know, I think one time they said it's the Stone Cold Stunner, a couple times. But I'm sure they were like, dude, it's a stunner.
Oh, like in his ear? Like, shut the fuck up, bro.
You know,
Be
but
cool,
it's so
man.
weird, you know. But like, you know, I think Austin gave him the cool to do it, and he even posted things about him doing it.
Well, oh, shit, time out. Can we jump back real quick? Because I just remembered.
Yeah.
Triple threat match, or the handicap match with Bailey. She used fucking the bank statement, and she also used Becky's move that beat her. That I'm forgetting what is what. I don't remember what that, because I tweeted about it like, oh shit, she just used the fucking bank statement, and then someone was like, she also used Becky shit and used a GIF, but I couldn't really tell what was going on. So but that's like cool storytelling, you know what I mean? Like, to me, like using your sisters and shit, and also like teasing the whole Sasha thing to take the win. Pretty cool. But yeah, jump back.
Oh no, yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
wrestling, baby. That's why we love it.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! I mean, I love this Stone Cold thing right now that he's doing. Kevin Owens is playing Stone Cold right now. He's doing the pipe bombs, just like when CM Punk won the Stone Cold shirt, did the pipe bombs.
Oh shit, dude!
He's
CM Punk.
He's beating up his bosses.
Fucking hold on, talking about CM Punk and fucking who has him? Starcade.
Starcast.
There we go. What's the Starcade? What's Starcade? That's WCW.
Yeah.
Okay. Starcast is.
It's just a sign thing. Like they show up and they sign.
Ah man, I thought it was like AEW shit or something. I thought he was gonna be beating
They usually
ass.
like it's connected to AEW. Usually it's like before an AEW.
But it's like
event.
it's a convention.
Yeah.
Disappointed as fuck. I saw a tweet about it. I thought he was wrestling, man. That's fucked up, man.
No.
That's fucked up.
No. But yeah, dude, he's yeah. We'll see where the things like he's doing the whole like pipe bomb thing, like. You know, and then he's like he's just Stone Cold. He's fighting Shane McMahon. He's gonna get Shane McMahon out of there.
Like
I think Kevin Owens is
Moxley.
gonna fight Shane McMahon eventually at SummerSlam, and then I think he's gonna take Shane McMahon off TV.
But I also feel like this John Moxley guy is doing this whole Stone Cold fucking bullshit as well.
He's trying.
And
that's one of those things too, where like everything about John Moxley seems fake to me. Like the way he walks around, where he does the.
That was a Vince McMahon Stone Cold mix.
It looks really weird, doesn't it? Like
No,
it doesn't.
100%.
It doesn't look cool to me, like at all. Like I don't.
But he's
look,
always
like
had
I don't
that
look at him
weird
like,
walk.
oh, that's a crazy tough ass. Like you know the way he does that, he goes. He does this little like, you know, I'm just like.
But I do think I do want to say I think he was guilty of that in WWE as well. Like his walk always came off to me as kind of like, what the fuck?
Like you're kind of lame, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I'm hating. I am.
fist
I never
together.
really liked him that much, but it's like, you know,
I've always fucked with Dean,
but like, you know,
is what it
I'll
is.
watch his matches. Like I'm still watching his matches. I'll look for it, and but he's not polarizing. Like I said, it's just like it comes off as fake.
Next match, man. You want to move it on?
Yeah, let's do it.
Then we
Kofi and
got-
Samoa.
New day. Yeah, we got fucking Kofi Kingston defeats Samoa Joe to retain that WWE thing, man.
If I could bet $100 million that this match was going to go down with Samoa Joe losing, I would do it.
I mean,
it was just like, man, what a feeder. But you know, Samoa Joe's one of those guys who can face anybody, and you're gonna watch the match because it's Samoa Joe. And you know, it wasn't a thriller by any means, and Kofi came out on top. It was a very
cool win for Kofi, man.
Yeah, it was a mid match, man. They both did their top things, and it was over. Now they're both move on, man. And I think it's interesting. They just keep giving Kofi like new battles every month, and he's just taking champion out. And they're legitimizing his title.
I don't get it. I'm not hating. I like, you guys can watch these other WWE reviews. I never saw it coming. I never fucking saw it coming, bro. And I can't believe how long he's had it.
Yeah.
Like,
and you know they're sold on it because he beats everybody. Mm-hmm. And that's why it would be so shocking if like someone like just beats him out of nowhere, like Randy Orton coming up. But I doubt it. I think Kofi's going to beat Randy. And it's just going to be one of those things. I don't know who's going to take him out. I think that's going to be maybe one of the younger guys at some point. But like Kofi's going to have this belt maybe all the way to WrestleMania, man.
Out of everything we've talked about so far, I think out of SummerSlam side of things, I think the only one I would be ready to put some money on is Ember Moon maybe winning that thing. But everything else, I'm like, I don't know. Even with Randy Orton, like I can't, like why? Like why would you give it to Randy after Kofi? It doesn't build any kind of storyline. Unless you're trying to like do something for fucking.
It will kill it. Just like Brock winning back the title, it kills everything. It's like, why do we even do that?
Yeah, but then that kills it in a weird way where it's like there's still like a science to the business, right? Where it's like Brock, even though
Brock is back and he makes millions of dollars,
he's gonna end up on World Star.
He's a polarizing figure,
go to different places.
Like,
yeah,
he's the biggest star they have.
Yeah.
By far.
I mean, dude, like I was just in Target like 3 nights ago, and there's so much Ronda Rousey toys. And obviously, you go to different stores don't have different toys, but it's like,
it's why Ronda Rousey is on top.
I forgot she was even rocking, man.
It's so big.
It's been Ronda shoved down my throat for half a year, and then no Ronda at all. I just forgot about her. Like she just was like, boop. And with that said, I kind of miss her. I'm ready for her to come back. Fucking why not? You know what I mean? See
when that music fits, people are gonna flip. It's like, oh, here we go. Ronda's about to go wreak some havoc on people. Right? Watch this. Right when Sasha wins the title back, she's gonna walk down, whoop Sasha's ass.
I'm getting my Twitter suspended that night because I'm going on and I'm raising fucking hell with my opinions, bro. Straight the fuck up.
But we'll see.
But yeah, this Kofi and Samoa Joe match, it was cool. It definitely, when you think of, I mean, this is also props to Kofi, but when you think of Samoa Joe, like sometimes he really just kind of gets squashed in a sense. And this wasn't one. So, you know, that's good. At least he keeps him in the conversation. It wasn't like
he never gets squashed, but he'll be whooping someone and he gets caught with something out of nowhere. You're like, what?
Yeah, but like I feel like,
and it's the same thing with this one. Like he was putting damage on Kofi. Kofi was doing some stuff back, and then it was like, oh, he got caught. 1, 2, 3. Like Samoa never like kicks out of shit anymore.
Cause
you know what I mean? Like he
on.
Legit doesn't kick out of shit. Like, you know what I mean? If he gets hit with like the move, he's done. The Brock Lesnar matches, great back and forth. He got hit with one F5.
But also,
done. Get him out.
Also with because that's Brock Lesnar. It's like, you know, higher.
But people like kick out of shit.
Remember
Samoa Joe never kicks out of shit.
Remember his whole shit with Kalisto? It was like, bro, whoa, like he was taking some like bumps and some losses. Where I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now? Like this doesn't even. It just looks like bad science. You know what I mean? Like this shit's just not even. It don't work out, bro.
Rey Mysterio beat him in like 2 seconds.
That's maybe who I might be speaking of. Like, yeah, what the fuck is going on, dude? Rey Mysterio back here looking like a fucking dope boy. Did you see that they announced they're gonna they might redo this one?
SmackDown Here Comes the Pain.
Yeah. I don't know if that was some bullshit or not, but if it really happens, that'd be cool. I'd rather SmackDown versus Raw because I loved that game. That game was fucking super dope. But redo it, I think, just makes it look better. I don't want them to change the game. But also, this has Chris Benoit in it, so maybe they can't even do
same
that.
Controls.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. But yeah, that was it. No, I think there's more. Is there another match?
Bro, Becky Lynch.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Seth Rollins
the
versus
main
Baron
thing,
Corbin.
the main fucking one, bro. Then we got
Dude, they went kind of like
we got the greatest wrestler in the game right now, Lacey fucking Evans. Hold your applause. Hold your applause. Let me keep speaking, all right?
I didn't
Then we
see
got
that
the
one coming.
sexiest man in wrestling. Did you see that? Did you see that? Baron Corbin won something. Was like
sexiest man in wrestling.
I don't want to slaughter this. I'm gonna get it wrong. So do your own research. They did some poll between like 17 and like 35-year-old females and which wrestlers they like, and Baron Corbin won. It was like, oh my man, killing it.
Baron Corbs.
Yeah, I fucking hate him, but it's just funny. For this conversation, it's pretty
Dude, Baron
funny,
Corbin
bro.
lands some sick, but the thing is about Baron Corbin, he lands some
Versus Seth and Becky.
sick ass moves sometimes. It's like, bro,
dude,
you're talented as fuck.
It wasn't 24. It wasn't 24/7, but there's something on WWE, or it used to be on WWE Network, and it was like them going through NXT. It was like 10 episodes long, and it's kind of like a lot of them. I think it was Carmella, and when they found out they were getting signed and brought up, and Baron Corbin was a big part of it, and he was the whole guy. Like, I feel like for at least 6 episodes, you're like, is he gonna make it? Like he definitely isn't as fit. He doesn't have the sauce. But then that was when he was real that lone wolf character. Like he's like, I don't give a fuck type shit. Like, and it made me really like him. And then once he got into WWE, I was like, oh my God, like what the fuck is going on? Why is he on camera so much?
Every time he was on, it was just like, yo, this is dry, dude.
Dude, he was on camera
this
so
is
fucking
dry,
much.
some sandpaper shit.
But yeah, so I've always liked him. I've had a soft spot in my heart for him. But man, I don't. Last thing I ever want to see him is walking away with the win.
I don't like when you beat Kurt Angle and retired his ass.
Yeah, exactly. Like shit like that, where it's like, I haven't even talked to you about the match where you hated that whole thing, like going into it. And I was like, I mean, I fuck with Baron Corbin, give him the. I remember telling you, like, giving him the push, whatever. But like afterwards, I'm like, nah, fuck this, you know? Fuck this guy.
Like, sucks. Dude, he hit the end of days on Becky Lynch at the end.
Oh, I think I missed that. I'm not even gonna lie.
That was crazy.
That
dude.
is 100% something.
It was
I
like, all right, we went there, son.
We could do that.
And then Seth Rollins went crazy, started hitting him with the chair, like, That was crazy, dude. Lacey Evans, why is she getting so much TV time? But hold on, let's be real though. Hey, she landed some sick ass moves in that match. Dude, she flipped off the ropes. Like I was like, what that move? I did not see it coming. She hopped on the rope and flipped off and got her. I was like, dude, she might be a better wrestler than Becky, dog.
Bro, nah, I ain't gonna go that far. But like, dude, I've been impressed by Lacey. I think they're doing that whole what is it? Ava Marie, right? Is her name? Eva Marie, there we go. The whole like, walk down, turn around type shit. So like I can understand how that annoys people.
Dude, they literally did an ass shot where like the camera almost went in her butt, dude.
Dude, I saw that. It was like a heart. Like cause she had the red on. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
The camera went right up on her butt, dude, and it was just like, woo.
Oh man.
Like, okay.
So yeah, I can imagine why people hate her, but I think her gimmick is so good. Like that whole.
She sticks to it the whole match too.
What is the gimmick?
She'll be the whole like that lady like.
Yeah, like that Marine wife kind of thing. Yeah, the working woman thing, like from the wars or whatever.
Like a classy lady thing, whatever.
So fucking
she's such
dope.
A fighter, though,
and she's like, you nasties, and like, oh my God, dude, that shit. And like, you follow her on social media?
Yeah, she's a good character.
And she takes pictures with her daughter, and they've been doing the same thing. That shit is
she sticks to her character
on
social media too. Like she sticks through her character.
Yeah,
man. Like you're building into the character. Like I don't know who Lacey Evans is outside of that character right now.
Yeah,
and that's how you become somebody.
That's 100%, dude. And that's what I'm saying. I like her.
And Becky Lynch gets that. Look at how crazy she's going. But like we know the Becky Lynch from before now, but she's trying to be someone else now, which is great.
Yeah, I mean,
selling.
I'm cool.
Selling like crazy.
I'm cool if I never see Becky
She's the
Lynch.
woman Stone Cold right now.
I'm cool if I never see Becky Lynch in some fucking goggles again, bro.
Oh,
you remember? Yeah. What the fuck?
Oh.
Like, come on, man. But yeah, Becky Lynch is the shit, bro. No disrespect for me. I'm for horsewomen through and through. I got my favorites.
She used the goggles on and run down. Like,
it was like a steampunk thing going on. Like I don't know what that was.
She was like an Irish dancer when she first started NXT.
Dude.
Oh shit.
Yeah, going through.
She found herself, bro. She kept pushing, dude.
I'm not even gonna lie.
She changed her whole game. And now look where she's at, man.
She found herself, and I don't want to take away from that, but I also do think the WWE Universe like found her as well. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? It was one of those things. Like, she didn't go to Vince McMahon like, yo.
Yeah, she people always went hard, like yelled for it when her music was. Even when I showed up on live events and stuff, like when her music hit, it was like loud. Like people always. I've never been to an event where people did not cheer for Becky Lynch.
Like I remember,
it's just like
Razor Ramon was like, yo, I walked up to Vince McMahon with this idea, and I pitched like Scarface, but he had never seen Scarface, so he thought that shit was my idea, so I just went with it. It's like I hella believe that, you know what I mean? Like it made so much sense. And then like when I see Becky, like I don't think she was like, yo, I want to do this like badass Stone Cold kind of like I don't give a fuck character. I think she just kind of like started doing things, and it caught on, and like Twitter has always been lately has been a big part of wrestling, or the internet, I should say, right? But I feel like
she beat up Charlotte. That was a big moment.
Really fucking was like, yo, all eyes on Twitter. Like, for me, like this is a lifestyle now that we're living, dude.
Yeah. And she started shit with the biggest person of them all, Ronda Rousey, dude. And it's like that's the new match. And WWE was just
so for it.
Well, not really. They were so for wanting Charlotte versus Ronda. Like they were wanting that for the whole year. But Becky blew up, and they're just like, oh, but we want Charlotte, you know. And it was just like, but they were forced to put Becky in there, is what it looked like happened. And so they had the 3-way that way, and it's like, oh, we have to have Becky win. You know what I mean? Dope. It was just like that's what it looked like happened. It was just like, you know, they forced to him
kind
because
of funny. Best
she was
friends.
that big.
Do you hear James right now? This is the power we have. Let's do it for Sasha. Let's fucking go.
That's like, God.
Dude, I'm just saying, if we could really do it, if the power is in us, let's fucking make it happen, man.
But yeah, you know, and then the craziest part of the night, dude, it's all over. Seth is like going over the Becky who got hurt from the end of days.
I don't want to get to this part.
Bro,
you want to end the show, man?
Brock Lesnar.
I want to get to this part.
Comes out, and you kind of like Paul Heyman hinted at it, but when it hit, it was like, oh, people marked because it was like, oh, we're gonna get Money in the Bank. But when it actually happened, and I think what kind of sucked was like when it hit, I was like, oh, they're gonna be different. Maybe like Seth Rollins is gonna fight back, and Becky's gonna help somehow, and then they're gonna take out Brock Lesnar, and it's gonna be like, wow, there's a moment. Nah, dude, it was like suplex, F5, walk out, peace, and it was like. Whoa. All
right, hear me out, bro.
We've literally seen this 1,000 times. Like,
hear me out, bro.
What was the point of that? And not only that, on top of it, it was now at WrestleMania, we're seeing, not WrestleMania, sorry, because that was WrestleMania's main event. Seth versus Brock Lesnar again. We've seen this match a lot. Mm-hmm. We already saw how Seth can pull like a Cuddy victory at WrestleMania. So what's going to happen at SummerSlam?
Bro, hear me out. So this was going to happen, man.
So we're seeing Seth and Brock again.
Well, imagine if the music hits. I don't want you fucking internet marks in the comments telling me why this can't happen. I don't give a shit. Just stick with me. Imagine if the music hit, Brock Lesnar walks down, you feel me? He looks at Seth Rollins, and then he fucking F5s Becky Lynch and pins her and takes her fucking title. That'd have been fucking dope, bro. He just said, fuck the bullshit. Y'all had to fucking... What did Becky get hit with? The end of days?
She got hit with end of days.
Bro, if she can get hit with the end of days, she can take a Fast 5, bro.
Becky sold the end of days better than some dudes do.
Hey, that's pretty dope, man. I believe it, man. I do.
It looked like Becky got hurt a little bit and wanted to
She knew that shit was going to be written about by everybody.
Hey, you know, honestly, it was a pretty fun match, though. It just shouldn't have been main event.
Oh, nah, yeah. I rarely think tag titles or tag matches ever should be fucking main events. Like, not tag, I think
why it was main event is because the Brock Lesnar thing happened. Seth is their big guy right now.
I mean, is it?
And with Roman, and Roman started the show with Taker, and they did that on purpose so people start watching right there. And then hopefully they have Seth at the end. It's like we're gonna keep everybody staying to the end. And I bet business wise that worked. Oh, I bet it worked.
Yeah, I mean, talking about like views, like people keep saying interested or whatever.
100% that worked, man. They kept everybody there through the whole thing, and honestly, good for them. That was the main event. I mean, I guess like star power wise, that's the main event. Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins, dude. I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, even without the idea of fucking Brock Lesnar coming out, like. Becky Lynch, man, I don't know. They've been doing this thing. Like, people fucking love her. Seth Rollins, they love the relationship. I see them being main event.
Like I said, even before she was like on top of the world, like people always marked out for Becky Lynch. I remember going to shows where it was just like, God, it's so loud for Becky Lynch.
We need to replace. So we got the 4 horsemen. We got the blonde one, the brunette, the redhead, and then the purple-headed queen. Okay, okay, we got it all covered, man. All right.
We've had Sasha down there the whole show, looking at you.
Dude,
like
Sasha mad as Sasha, man. I bet you she's at the house. Like, I mean, I'm proud of my girls, but for me, let me get in there. Let me get in there with fucking what's that bitch? What's that girl's name? Carrie Swing. You know what I mean? The pirate.
Oh, the pirate's awesome.
What's her name? How do you say it?
I am ready for the Iconics to drop the damn titles.
I can't believe. Bro, this is why it's so hard. Bro, this is why it's so hard for me to do WWE in review, man. I love wrestling, but I fucking hate everything going on,
I was
bro.
all about this Iconics thing, but it bombed, bro. Hey, honestly, they have some fun segments, but dude, they can do that without the titles. It's time to give these things to Asuka and Kairi Sane and make it a thing with Paige as their manager. Let's go. Let's just go and get this tag team title thing moving, because right now it ain't moving.
Yeah,
there's no tag teams anymore. What? There's nothing to do. Like, oh man, let's move it up.
You probably want to say one thing real quick. You know what I'm really proud of? Carmella.
Carmel's.
She's cool. She's better than she should be.
Hey, shout out to the 24/7 title.
It's
hey,
fun.
I called it last show that we did. I was like, people were talking hella shit, but I was like, this is one of the most brilliant ideas they had because of social media. Dude, they can do so many matches on social media now, so much content. People are going to be eating it up. And I said this on the last show, and what's happening?
I've seen it at like birthday parties.
Dude, and
shit.
I'm
It's
excited.
so funny.
Dude, it's hilarious.
And like, R-Truth is just the perfect, like,
Not even it's sometimes
rat.
it's not even hilarious, but it's entertaining. Like you watch it, you're like, oh shit, what's gonna happen here? You know, like, and then sometimes like I'll just see random ass pictures online. It's like a random day where there's no wrestling, and all of a sudden you just see like you just look at R-Truth and he's like on the ground shocked.
Yeah,
you're like, oh, he lost it. What happened, dude? And then you go look it up. You're like, where'd he get pinned?
R-Truth's one of those guys.
One of the biggest rivalries we have right now, Maverick and R-Truth, 24/7 title.
Yeah.
Oh shit, man.
R-Truth's one of those guys, man, and they were just on Wildin' Out. I don't know if you caught that, but it was pretty cool. R-Truth and Carmella, but
except for that same thing where they have them running all around, like all the superstars running after them all the time.
You don't like that?
No, I think it's funny, but some people hate it. Some people hate that we even say superstars on the show. When we use WWE verbiage. Superstars.
Oh, what are we supposed to call them? Premier athletes? No, I don't know. I don't know. What are you?
Wrestlers.
Dude, these fake ass men in tights. I don't know, bro. Really, I ain't playing that shit.
Yeah, hella mad. We said,
Feel me?
oh, the WWE buzzwords. Calm your ass down.
Them buzzwords, man. Take your ass to AEW, bro. This is WWE in review, man.
We love all wrestling. Don't come at me with that.
That's funny.
Nah. We love all the people who watched it and gave us a shot. Hey. Honestly, there's a good chance no one agreed with anything we said tonight. But we're WWE in review.
Bro.
This is our opinion.
Bro.
That's the thing I love about wrestling. Everybody's going to have their own opinions, how they want it to go down.
Yep.
I love talking with anybody. Again, if you ever see any of us on the streets talk wrestling, we will do it in a heartbeat because we love watching it. It's what we do. That's why we love talking and doing the show, because we love reading the comments. Like, we will see the comments. We will see you
100%.
if you write a comment, because we love talking wrestling. We love responding. We love do everything, man. Like, I love wrestling. I love talking with people. That's why we do this.
And just to add emphasis on
it
it.
started with the kind of wrestling stuff. I swear, I go on kind of wrestling on Facebook, and I like to post sometimes because some cool shit sometimes.
Hell yeah. But just to add emphasis on it, because I hear you going off, I want to remind everybody that we missed the last episode 100% because of me. My man was ready to record. He was even ready to record this show earlier in the week, but
life got in the way.
Our
lives have sucked really hard. You have no idea
tough,
what we're going through, but me and him have been battling, bro. Oh my God, bro. Dude. Our lives are in the sink for the last 2 years.
I'm sure once we fucking pass it up, Tim's gonna fucking make a podcast about it, and you'll hear all about it. Knowing that motherfucking the things he do for money. Now I'm just joking, dude. Well, shit, man. Yeah, shots fired. You feel me? But shit, man. Anything else you want to say, or is that it? We can close out. I do want to remind everybody that this is WWE in Review. You can get this on Patreon if you follow Kind of Funny for the $1, or Kind of Funny Games for, I believe it's the gold tier, which may be a little higher than $1. We appreciate everybody who does.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it out. Why didn't you roast Tim on his birthday?
Oh man, all right. I don't know if you guys saw the roast or not. I don't know if it's live or anything. But
dude, how about we get people roasting Tim who actually know Tim, bro? What is that?
Okay, so
shit, dude. I was like, first of all, I didn't get asked. I guess I roast Tim every day anyway. But like, I would have.
That 100%.
Come on, what? And what happened? I wasn't even a part of it. I ended up getting roasted. I got roasted hella times in that show. I was like, what?
I'm down to talk about that. I'm down to talk about that for a second.
Hey, we got roasted hard by Greg Miller. I was like, oh man, we are success stories in San Francisco. Why? Because we live and breathe San Francisco. We are success stories, you know?
Yeah, I'm still in the city, man. I get it. Yeah, but to go off on that, like, I don't want to sound corny, and I know you know this is true. I've been going through so much shit in this last month where it's like, it's not draining me, but just so much out of my hands where I need to call Tim like on a weekly basis. Like, I need you to handle this for me. I don't know what the fuck's going on. And then when Gia sent me the text, like, because I was invited late in the game, because she knows, I guess, that I'm going to go either way. So I found out just a couple of nights before it was happening. And she was like, you want to roast him? And I was just thinking, like, bro, with everything I'm going through, like any joke I'd make against him, I feel like since we look so similar in appearance, we have the same life.
Roasted right back.
It's like I'm making fun of myself. You know what I mean? And, or it's like I'm saying a joke about him, and it's like, let's say Forbes or something, but it's like, dude, he spent a lot of money helping me and my family. I'm like, what the fuck I look like making fun of the money, you know? So like, I felt a little weird about it.
Yeah.
I was told that his friends were going up and not the kind of funny guys. So I thought, number one, off the bat, our UFC friend, not UFC, but you know what I'm saying, the cage fighter Brandon.
Yeah.
I 100% thought he had the fucking gall and the balls to think, I'm funny. I'm going to go up there and fucking kill some shit. And I was so excited for it, man. And I was thinking, maybe Curry? Maybe. I don't know. They're saying his friends. I go there, none of his friends, bro. It's like the work acquaintance homies. You know what I mean? Not the people I grew up with.
Like the people who know him deep down. I was gonna have some shit in the fucking fire tank. That was gonna people would have been like,
hold on. That was a great time, man. Tim's fucking roast.
But honestly, shout out to the roasters though. It was really awesome. Yeah. Like, man, they know good. It was the good roast it was perfect for the setting.
Yeah.
And Gio was awesome for putting it on. It was a good night. It was a fun night, man.
Like you said, you got roasted a lot. You and Kevin got a lot of some jokes.
Me and Kevin got roasted like it was like
I got 2 jokes from Greg Miller that really got at me, and I'm gonna let you watch it. But they got me, bro.
Me and you were in the same one. At the end.
I was like, what the fuck? They making fun of SF School District or whatever. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? And but then other than that, I feel like, let's say there was 5 people that went up, like at least 3 or 4 of them were like, hey, cool, Greg, I ain't got nothing to say about you. And I was like, thank God.
There we go, right?
Thank God.
Yeah, throughout the night, I was meeting people, and they're just like, oh, this is James Burke from the jokes. I was like,
awesome.
Right on. Nice to meet you, for sure.
God damn. All right, man. Well, I think we'll close out on that. There definitely will be a SummerSlam in review in a timely fashion. And since it's a big deal, we might end up watching it at Tim's, and hopefully we can get some of the big KF dogs.
Are we all
on
watching the SummerSlam? We all watching it together?
Well, I mean, honestly,
shout out to the whole Kind of Funny crew. Right on, bro. Hey. Right on. I'm sure a lot of people who do watch this show appreciate you putting it on.
Making it happen, yeah.
He's going through a lot right now. For him to put it on is big time ups. So I hope you guys show him the love and shower him the love. Put the show out there so he feels loved and all the above.
Hell yeah, man. Tell your friends to subscribe to Patreon. Kind of funny, so they can watch this shit too for that $1, man.
Wow.
So this James Burke has been a goddamn slobber knocker. And until next week, I've been Cool Greg. This has been James. We out.
It's time to smoke a cigar.
Let's do it.